Oh my gosh. I am very excited to tell you guys about the 11-year hiatus between visits from Stephen Colbert.
Right, right, right. Absolutely. Yeah, we were kind of shocked a little bit because all of a sudden, since 2015,
Yeah.
when he made his debut to late night, and wanted to boost the YouTube ratings, he'd reached out and gave only in Monroe a call at the local cable station, reach
Yeah.
out to Michelle and myself to find that we got another message from him
Yeah.
recently,
So
this
crazy.
earlier this
So
year.
yeah, so he wanted to grow his YouTube audience 11 years ago before before the studio had gotten finished. Our little merch.
Cheers.
We got some merch. So yeah, so he wanted to grow that audience, and so that was a big deal for us. Like it really
hmm
boosted our
hmm
views. We went from 12 viewers to
hmm
3 million.
Yeah.
Yeah, they quickly realized though we were not famous, and so
Right,
yeah,
right.
they
Not like
yeah.
Stephen Colbert famous, but
Yeah. Anyway,
but it was
it
it
was
was
so much.
fun.
We had
I
the best
know.
ride doing Only Monroe, and it
Yeah.
was so fun to have him here. So then
It
what
was
happened?
nice to be thought of again
I
at the
know,
end. I mean, so now that
right?
he's not renewed his contract.
Well, here's a crazy, right? And so here's a
Mm,
funny thing: as a lot of people said to me, um, the first time, how did you get Stephen Colbert to come here?
yeah. Yeah.
Listen, I don't have the power to get anybody to come anywhere,
No.
so I was like,
He found
you
us.
found us. I promise you, I
We had
no
no
idea.
no.
No,
We actually thought it was a big scam. And then they reassured us that it wasn't, and we
it
were
was
like,
not.
"Oh my gosh." And the one big takeaway is he really enjoyed getting to know Monroe. And he
Yeah.
and his very small crew back then
Yeah.
got a chance to just drive around and
And
they
find the local
well,
burger place,
yeah,
and yeah,
yeah.
yep.
And they even ordered that next day, they ordered like sandwiches and
They did.
donuts and from local places
They
that were
did.
locally owned,
Yes.
which was really it was just nice.
And
It
it was
was
very funny how
nice.
the
Yeah.
different I did so many funny little specific things that were
hmm
so different between the first time around and the second time around. We'll kind
Yeah.
of talk about that,
Yeah.
but I want to talk about so I did have the wherewithal this time. I did not the
hmm
first time. I did not. Um reason being, and I forgot to say this in our we did a little recap of our first experience just a little bit ago, but the first time, the day before I came home to do the show, we already talked about like leading up to it, but the day before I was flying home from a retreat with Dana. So
Oh
that
yeah.
isn't that crazy? So I was driving, and it
Yeah.
was a horrible, horrible storm coming home from I want to say we were in Mississippi, and so as we're flying home, I'm like, the storm was so horrible, and I hate a storm anyway. And I was in an airplane in a storm. You might as well have. I literally thought I could use a Xanny bar or
Yeah.
a Xanax.
Right.
I'm sorry, I don't really know what a Xanny bar is. That's a joke. Whatever. Anyway, I was thinking I could chew one right now. Anyway, so we were sitting there, and I'm like, I'm not gonna get to go home. And I go, and I don't even get to tell you what I get to go home to. And she's like, what are you
Oh.
talking about? I wanted to tell her so bad. I'm like, we're gonna die in this plane. I want to tell you, but I couldn't. Anyway,
Oh. I wouldn't
so
have done the show without you.
in
I would. And
honor of.
I
So, so yeah. So leading
it
up to
just wouldn't have been the same, Michelle.
so leading up to this one, I had the wherewithal to in the car as I got ready, because we had to go camera ready, which I'm like, yeah,
Oh
this
my
is camera
gosh, I
ready.
know. And fortunately, when we got there, we
It
had
was
touch-ups.
it was so wonderful. But I
Oh,
got in the car and I'm looking at my camera and I'm like, I'm gonna record how I feel right now. So I'll post those at some
did
point.
you?
I did. I did.
Yeah. Me, I just pulled in hot and heavy
Well, I was waiting for you,
2 minutes
so I
before
was
we're
actually
supposed to be
filming.
there.
I was filming. I'm like, I'm waiting for Kaylani. I was in there in the parking lot. I'm like, waiting for Kaylani, and I go, oh, there she is. Look how beautiful she is. She is stunning, stunning. When she
No,
said,
what?
"You
You
did
looked at the
hear,"
lady next to me.
yeah, it was her. Anyway, see, she looked beautiful.
Oh,
So I get my dog stroller out because I don't have a wagon anymore. I mean,
yeah.
isn't that funny? So I get the dog stroller. I put all my stuff in there, and she's like, she comes with her
Oh,
little bag. I go, what? What you got? She's like,
yeah.
not as much stuff as you have. I'm
No,
like, yeah, I
I
know.
just had this little thing. I mean, I've got all the. Oh yeah, yeah.
She's got it down to a science. Me,
No,
not so much. I had a U-Haul. Anyway, so yeah,
but you had a lot of fun
a lot of fun things.
things and
Yeah.
and gifts.
So let's talk
Yeah.
about how when they reached out to us. So I don't know if I'm allowed to say all these things. So I guess we're going to find out because we did sign an NDA the second time. I'm waiting for the lawyers. So
Yeah.
we'll see. if this airs, we'll see if it was okay.
Right.
Um,
Otherwise, there might be a big chunk of time, and we'll be like, "Hello," and see you next time.
I'd be like,
Right.
all right. So, anyway, so I was sitting in class one day, and students were doing a review, and I am looking at my email in the back of the class at my desk, and I get a LinkedIn message from, oh my gosh, I'm going to draw a blank right now. Anyway, Jake. And so I go, LinkedIn. Who sends me a message on LinkedIn? Like it was as odd and out of the norm for me as getting a phone call from New York City. And I was like, Jake. So I look at it and I'm like, yeah, I don't think this is legit. It's not, in my head, not legit. So I thought about it for another hour because I got a LinkedIn message. No one gets LinkedIn messages like me. So I think about it for like an hour and I go back and I'm like,
let me reply.
Yeah. I go, so is this legit? What do you want to talk to me about? And so he said, I'm involved with, I'm not going to say his position because it's really not my place, but I'm involved with the Stephen Colbert show and I'd like to talk to you. And I'm like, okay.
Here we go again.
So I go, he said, call me. And so I said, okay. So I call him like, hello. I go, what do you want to know? Right. You know, how much trouble am I in? He said, we would like to come and do another Only Monroe. And I'm like, stop it.
Yeah.
Lightning doesn't strike twice when you get to have a bump in your ratings from our 12 viewers.
Yeah. But to have them come back to Monroe and do this again, and especially since we really had taken a break just with becoming grandmas and
well, COVID hit, our studio shut down and moved over to City Hall and has different hours, and we don't have the best schedule.
No,
we don't. I have a very busy work schedule. You have a very busy work grandma sitting schedule. We have and a work schedule on top of that.
Yeah.
And then my grandbabies get me after work. Yours gets you during the day,
which interferes with the time that the studio's open.
Yeah. So I mean, we're making excuses, I know, but when you can't do it, it's just tough.
Right.
So anyway,
before you know it, it's how many years later, and you're like, oh,
we
my
say it all the
goodness.
time.
You reached out to me though before this.
Yes,
said,
lots
we
of
get
times.
back and do a show, and we might have did like maybe a couple of them.
We did.
But it was just so hard. Life interrupts.
Yes.
I mean, and everybody's out there. You're watching, and you get it. You understand that life just interrupts. But we're treating this as conversation between friends, and we love it.
And that's exactly what it's always been. Yeah. We just used to have people who helped us film. Now she gets to watch me try to do it. So it's so funny. You don't even know.
It's a lot of different things.
It's a lot of things.
Oh gosh.
But we did ask a few experts. And now that I'm going to sidetrack, let's sidetrack right now.
Yeah.
I asked Ken Stuntmeyer, I'm like, hey, can you come over and look at our lighting? And he's like, yeah. And I have to tell you the funny thing. He's like, so first thing I noticed, he says, one ring light is plenty. He said, but you got a 3-ring light circus.
Yeah.
You could land a plane in here.
Which probably prompted us to look very pale.
Besides the fact that we look pale, our nose is probably like sunk into our face.
It's like all like
it's like one giant like eyeball.
So thanks to Ken for picking out those things.
And then how about this? Then we had Bronco in the chair. So I have a big, nice, comfy chair, and I'm like, we'll give him the comfy chair because he's the guest. And then we sat on each side of him, so we looked like we were sconces on the outside. The poor guy, because he's sunk down into the chair.
And I'm like,
so his arms are like this, and he's back in the chair, and his little, he looks like he's got a little body, and he's taller than both of us. Yeah. Oh, so funny.
I know, he's taller than both of us and could take both of us. Pop. Yeah.
When he saw the replay, he probably wanted to be like, oh, but anyway, so funny. Anyway, that was a funny side note. So then we get the call. I call you and you're like, okay, yeah, we can do this when. And she's like, I'm going to Florida. I'm like, I'm going to Florida too.
Yeah.
I think that we have to make a little bit of arrangements that we can get on this show. So we made it happen, and it was so fun. And I got to go meet our new staff for the Monroe Community Media. Oh my gosh, they're so wonderful.
Wonderful.
So nice.
And it was just, and this time around, Stephen brings not 4 people, but
like 40
people from New York.
So here's the funny, that I text them, I'm like, hey.
And they were fabulous.
They were
Every
so nice.
one of them, that entire crew.
They couldn't have been
nicer.
My
gosh. And it just,
my gosh,
I had not been there.
And Sarah and Emily.
I had been on the radio. And I
right.
had
Oh, yes,
done,
yes, yes. Hmm.
I think with Aaron and Bronco, I had gone on for
Yes.
the show, but just to get a chance to meet everybody, and just they,
Oh, so
you're
nice.
going to start saying names. What if you forget someone?
I just got cleared that I could say they were
Okay.
so wonderful because I talked to them on text today.
Yeah, so I know I was in that
Yes,
text
I know you're in that text string.
message.
Yes.
Yes, and I was just doing heart, heart, love, love, and
Yeah,
yeah,
they
we've
were so
invited
nice.
them to come to the she shed,
And they can absolutely come. And
and
oh my gosh, that'd be wonderful.
yes,
But they're gonna find that I out furnitured my she shed right now. Kaylani's like, could you put one more chair in here? No, I could not. So I went
no,
to other things. But anyway,
I know
back to this.
that's
So
exciting.
yeah, it was very exciting. So up leading up to, and we'll talk about the show here in just a few minutes. But I wanted to tell you a couple of things that I thought.
Mm-hmm.
We are in Monroe, we
Mm-hmm.
are pretty well known for being only Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
You're well known for
Mm-hmm.
only Monroe for being the ambassador. I mean, that's probably not the right name, but you truly are Gabby's Ladder ambassador. So,
Oh, that's
you know,
very, very sweet. That's
everyone that
yeah,
everyone I know,
not the founder.
not the founder, but the
No,
you are
no.
truly like what epitomizes that ministry. So in my mind, everyone knows you, associates
Thank
you
you,
with
Michelle.
that.
And nursing,
And so
which
yeah,
is
so
why they
and again,
occasionally get us confused. I mean, she'll be taking care of a patient. They're like,
remember,
Ilani!
remember the guy that was yeah. There was a
Yeah.
guy that didn't want to stay. I'm not going to say anymore. He didn't want to stay. Oh my gosh. Yeah, this is when I worked the floor 126 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
So I worked the floor and he did not want to stay. And that's going to be all I'm going to say about the whole situation because I'm not going to break HIPAA.
Right. Of
But
course.
I walked over. Oh, so here is two funny things about Miss America story and me and Gaylani.
Yeah.
So he didn't want to stay, and they call that a code. There's a code for that. So
Yeah.
me and my worker, the person I was training, my preceptee,
Mm-hmm.
go running for this because he's also trained in this code. So we go running. And so I go to get up there and I go, hey, bud, you're going to want to stay. I said, we got to take care of you. There's some things going on and we just need to take care of you. And he's like, oh, man, all right. So he stays. I get him to his room. We get him to his room, the security, me and my preceptee. I get to the room. And I know.
I've not heard this one.
Oh, my gosh. And so his wife says, what's she doing that I couldn't do? And he says,
Ooh.
that's Kaylani, don't you know? And I was like, I was not about to say I was not Kaylani. I got him to stay. I was like, woo! So I said,
did you at least tell her that?
I said nothing. I said, I just was so happy he
boy.
was staying because he needed to stay. He was not well.
Yeah.
And so I walk
Aw.
out. And so my preceptee, he says, Corey says, he's my friend on Facebook, Corey. You remember this? I say, he says, who did he think you were? I said, my friend Kaylani. And he said, yeah, he said, Miss America. I go,
Well, how old
I
was
know.
Corey?
A baby.
I was going to say, how the heck did he?
He was probably born in 1988.
Oh, right.
So he says,
it's so funny when people say, wait, Kaylani, like Kaylani Babravka. I'm like, how do you know who I am? You're like 24 right now.
Well, he's
You're like, no, but my parents do.
He didn't know. He didn't know. And he says,
Oh.
I said, she was Miss America. He goes, what year? Right. I go, oh, I was ready to punch him. Because I was like, Corey, that wasn't funny.
I don't know if I've said it on this show. That is so funny. And I don't know if I've said it on one of our shows. And stop me if I have, because you guys will just have to watch all the shows to see which one it was on. But anyway, but I had met a former Miss Georgia. She was competing at Miss America that year. And her, I don't know, her chaperone waved to me and said, oh, this is Kaylani. And she came over and she said, oh my gosh, I've heard so much about you, Kaylani. And she said, I had to say hello. You're my grandma's favorite.
Thank you, honey.
What? And I'm not saying her name. I know her name because we're friends on Facebook. But I went, oh, that's so sweet.
So your grandma, hi.
So, but the better part of this story was that she friended me on Facebook and she sent me a message. And she sent me a picture of me as Miss America visiting her grandpa in the hospital. And she said, I went home after Miss America and told my grandma, and my mom, and they both cried and brought this picture out to share with me because, Kehlani, you met my grandpa and he died before I was born. And she said, I just wanted to let you know, just thank you. And it's a picture of me sitting, holding his hands, talking with
Oh, I
him,
love
with
that.
my arm wrapped around his wife, her grandma.
Oh,
And she said, and so now I wanted to tell you that you're now my favorite Miss America. And it was just, I
oh
know.
my,
Get the tissues.
I love
Get the tissues. And I'm telling you, it's like I should write a book. I mean, there are so many of
you
those
should
stories that
write
just
a
are
book.
like a feel good story, and yeah, that's so funny
Oh
though.
my
But
gosh.
hey,
I love it.
I don't mind if people mix me up with you
Oh
because
my
you're
gosh.
always looking good,
Oh
girl.
my gosh. That,
And
thank you. But
so
it's
I'm like,
so
oh,
many
that's
funny things. Yeah.
so
All the
funny.
nuns at at the hospital thought that.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh my, not all of them,
that's
but
so
many way
cute,
back in the day.
cute.
Remember that?
I want to talk about this.
Okay.
What about all
Yeah.
this gear we
I
got?
know,
Oh
right?
my gosh.
So
I
many
have,
funny things.
yeah, I
Yeah.
sold you for this, but
Oh,
look at
so
this. I love it.
our only in Monroe gear.
Oh my
So yeah, so
gosh.
I knew that I wanted some a shirt made or something because
This
we
is our new logo.
this is our logo. So we
Yeah.
and it had to encompass my phone, the crown.
Yes.
I mean, I'm
Yes.
gonna wear a crown one way or the other.
There you go. Hey, I got my crown fixed.
You did?
My crown was like falling
Yeah, you
apart. It
said.
was dropped at several schools throughout my years of travel.
Hmm.
And it was just like I thought I was afraid. So, yeah,
Oh,
I
that's
got it
awesome.
fixed and I'm
Yay.
so excited. It was all soldered and everything.
Oh,
And
that's so good.
yeah, so anyway,
I thought we were
yeah.
gonna have baby do it, so I'm glad that you got it done.
Yes,
Yes, that's
yes. At one
awesome.
point, I know she was going to
She
help
could
me
have.
with
Yeah,
it.
she could have.
But, it's a little bit, I mean, she probably could have.
Yeah, it's all right. I'm glad you got it fixed.
Yeah. Do
No,
you
yeah.
think? I mean, they were a little bit nervous about the kind of because it's not really. It's the crown itself is not like a precious metal.
Hmm.
It's just the fact that they make one a year to
Right.
give to the Miss America who's crowned.
Right.
So you can't like get them on eBay or anything. There's
Right.
been only one Miss America who has ever sold her crown, and it was actually during COVID. She sold it
Mm.
to raise money for the teachers of her daughter's school who were really
Wow.
struggling, that they wanted to give the teachers some money to be able to help with the online learning and all of that so that they
That's
could reach out
precious.
and help their students.
Wow.
So she yeah, raised a lot of money for that. But
That's precious.
anyway,
That's
yeah,
very
but I
nice.
love this. I don't
Yeah.
know. Tell
So
us
this
what you
is
think about our logo. Yeah.
so this is Tabitha Ford made this for us,
Mm-hmm.
and from Sweet and Twisted Creations. Love that so much. And then she made these tumblers for us. And I'm going to tell you, a lot of people had reached out to do it, and I'm really glad that she was able to do it. She was so kind and
Yeah.
so good about that. But I wanted to take some treats
What about
to.
that coffee mug that
Oh,
you made?
no, she didn't.
Oh,
She didn't
okay.
make that. I'll
Okay,
show that in a
gotcha,
second. Yeah, I'll show that
gotcha.
in 1 second. These were from Sean Satterfield,
Mm-hmm.
and she made these. I don't know if you can see those
Yeah.
cookies. So I had her make 4 dozen of those. I think she made. So the entire crew. Because let's talk about the crew.
Mm-hmm.
It went from 4
To
to 40.
40 people. We stepped off that elevator at City Hall and I was like, oh my gosh, people hustling and
It was
bustling. And I'm
so
like,
crazy.
these are some of the people from New York with the
Mhm.
big cameras and just, I mean, we're stepping over cords and speaker boxes. And
It
it
was
was such a
unbelievable.
production.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
I've been on a lot of TV shows. No, I haven't. But yeah,
It
wow.
it was very impressive,
Mhm.
incredible. And to see even our local people like running in and out
It
and
was
helping and
so fun to see them be such a huge part of it.
yeah.
They were 11 years ago too, but it just was different. I mean, it
Mhm.
was going to be a podcast and it was going to be on
Mhm.
YouTube. This is way different. This is a whole
Yeah.
production. So it
Yeah.
was an exciting thing. So I
Yeah.
had that. So, and then we gifted,
And they all love those cookies.
oh, they did. I know they were
Oh.
delish. Hang on 1 second. I'll get these. So then I thought
Oh yeah.
they had reached out to us and said
Mhm.
that would we do we drink alcohol? And I'm like, do we drink alcohol? No, I didn't say
No,
that.
we,
We don't. We don't drink
we
much alcohol.
actually
Yeah.
hesitated because we were like, well, in what capacity are you
Right.
asking us? Like a
Yeah.
half a glass of wine or something? No, just a quick toast.
Quick toast.
So I actually thought it would be like champagne or something.
Well, that's what I thought too.
Mm-mm.
So no, that wasn't the case.
And it wasn't just a quick sip.
We'll talk
No.
about that in
Oh,
just a minute. Yeah,
just a
or
minute.
yeah,
Yeah.
just a minute. Just a minute. Called Daddy's water. So
Yeah.
my sister Heather, I went to the Taj Mahal, and I got these wine glasses. You're not gonna be able to see this. So Heather has a Cricut, and it's so funny because she makes shirts. And
Mhm.
it's a lot easier to make sure that your shirts are going to align. But look how,
Mhm.
isn't that so funny? Only in, and then the crown
Oh,
was so big. And
yeah.
yeah, so
That's okay.
yeah, we would have,
I didn't
but
even
it
know.
was
Is that
so
what
nice.
was there?
Well, we had them there, but yeah, we
That
just brought them
looks
home.
nice.
Yeah, she did a good
Yeah,
job.
can you see?
So good job. Yep.
Oh yeah.
Such a good job. So that was
She
for
did
Heather.
awesome. I
She was
loved it.
she had them done. I bought the glasses
Yeah.
on whatever, let's say it was Thursday afternoon,
Yeah.
and she had them done by Friday morning.
Wow.
She was amazing.
Yes.
Amazing. So then I needed coffee mugs.
Uh-huh.
And when I ordered the coffee mugs, I didn't say, "Oh, I need them in, 2.5 minutes." So I
Right.
had to be creative
Yeah.
because he likes coffee and he
I
also
know.
likes to have a drink on the show. He doesn't really ever drink,
Yeah.
but I've watched him a lot of times. He puts it to his mouth and he pushes it away. So I'm like, "Oh, I know he doesn't drink." Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
He didn't, but he drank
but
that
we
Friday.
stop. No, you're moving ahead.
Okay, go ahead.
Just moving ahead. Okay. So because that's a story in and of
Yeah,
itself.
I know.
It's about 3 stories. Okay. So then I thought we would have our coffee in our coffee mugs.
Mhm.
And so I had a coffee mug made for Kaylani and a coffee mug made for me and a coffee made for Stephen Colbert. And so there's our name, or not, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, our
It's a
logo. And there is Kaylani's name.
Mhm.
And there's my name. And then if you
Yeah.
watched the show 11 years
Yeah.
ago, you'll see that it says featuring Stephen Colbert, which is super
Yes.
funny because he always wanted to
That's
be featured on something.
Yeah.
But Eminem
Yeah.
said no.
Yeah.
So yeah. So that's so funny. So yeah, so I had those made, and those were a same day thing I had done over at Staples. So that was fun. But yeah.
Yes. And they loved it.
Oh my
They were
gosh.
like, "Wait, can we keep this? Can
Yeah.
we keep?" They were all so excited
So
about everything,
excited.
and the crew loved the cookies and
And I got
they,
flowers
yeah.
too.
Yes.
So our friend Deb Stalgrave
Oh, love
is on
Deb.
the so she's on the board of trustees, or is
Mhm.
that what it is
No,
called?
county commissioner
Wait, for the city,
or
whatever that
city
is.
council.
City
City
council. Like
council.
she's
Gosh,
got one of
Deb,
those positions. I know,
we
right?
just know you're big and you're very, very popular.
Yes. So she was downtown and she's like, "Are you still filming your show?" I was like, "Oh, isn't that funny that she'd ask right now?" I go, "Yeah."
Yeah.
She goes, "They have the whole third floor closed down." I go,
I
"Can we have
know.
some flowers?" And she's like, "For what?" I
Yeah.
go, "For my show." And she said, "Yep."
Deb is the best.
So she
Oh
gave
my
us flowers. So I
gosh.
thought I roll in with flowers and cookies and mugs
Yeah.
and
All in that little puppy
the puppy stroller.
stroller.
Anyway,
Which I try to navigate with my coffee and thinking, we have presents. We have
we
presents.
had
That's all
so
I
many
kept
fun
thinking.
stuff. It was
And
so
they
fun.
were, yeah, and it just everything was so great.
It was
Really.
so good. So
Yeah.
so we got to go do all that stuff. So that was really fun.
Mhm. What I love the most, though, I have to say, is stepping off and seeing him
yes.
and him looking, saying, "Oh, Michelle Bauman and Kaylani Ray Rafko."
I know.
And it was like, wow.
He knows
Like,
our
he
name.
knows our names. Like, if I would have ran into him in New York, I think he might have recognized us.
He made you feel that way,
He
whether
is
he did or not.
very much a people person
Mhm.
and really made everyone feel comfortable, just like he did in 2015.
Oh, 100%.
I mean,
Like,
he took pictures.
are you okay? Can I get you something to drink? Can
Oh
we do
my
anything for you? I was
gosh.
like, no,
No,
we're good.
Yeah, we're happy to have you here. And
We're
then the
so
crew
nice.
asking, like,
Mhm.
yeah, we want to go out to dinner. What about this place? And well, there
Mhm.
were so many wonderful places
Yes.
to be able to share. And they just are like, this has been so much fun here.
Mhm. I
Visiting
really wanted them to be
Monroe.
able to stay at the inn downtown. However,
Yes.
when it was the first go
Yeah.
round,
Yeah.
they
Just-
could have all
just the
stayed at
5 of them.
at the Hotel Sterling. However, this
Yeah.
time not so
No,
much. They had to
no.
stay somewhere a little bigger.
Yeah.
There's so
Yeah.
many of them. But
And
yeah,
it's
so
okay, but
exciting. Oh my gosh, so fun. So
it was wonderful.
we have way more stories. So we are going
Mhm.
to end this episode and then come back for more.
Yeah.
So only Monroe,
Yeah.
more to come.
Stay tuned.
All right, so I'm gonna stop this one because it takes so
Yeah.
long for them to upload, and then